As we continue list season, we prepare for the 2024 football season. Another list drops from Pro Football Focus. They gave us their top 10 secondaries in college football. Oklahoma made the list. But where they made the list, it's a debate on if they should be there. Let's dive into that. Before we do that, welcome to Unfair Sports. I'm your host, Jay. Thank y'all for pulling up to the channel. All right. We got to go ahead and look at PFF's top 10 safety rooms, secondaries in college football. And Oklahoma making the list, think there's a debate as to why and where they're located at. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, this is our list. Top 10 secondaries in college football have Ohio State, Iowa, Notre Dame, Michigan. You've got Oregon, Texas, Georgia, Wisconsin, then Oklahoma, followed by Arizona. Now, they put the criteria in there in the article. That's in the description below. Make sure you check that out. And of course, we all know I got questions as to what? Why are we so low? So, of course, I looked through all of it, tried to get a better understanding of what's going on here, but it appears that this is what their thoughts are on Oklahoma. Let me read this from the article. Of the 10 defensive backs who played at least 300 snaps for Oklahoma in 2023, 8 are returning for 2024. Now, the Sooners are loaded at safety, and star of that unit is Billy Bowman Jr., who 6 interceptions last year, tied for third most among all defenders in college football. Deshaun McCullough, who got a shout-out, hybrid safety linebacker, ranked 6th among Power 5 safeties with an 88.2 coverage grade. That's huge, right? Minimum 275 snaps. And then Peyton Bowen was the 5-star, our 5-star freshman last year. True freshman, had an impressive 68 grade on 363 snaps in his true freshman campaign. So they pointed out a lot, pointed out the main things, right? We all know Billy Bowman, who should have been a Thorpe Award-winning finalist, didn't, even with his 6 interceptions and 3 returned for touchdowns. I guess because that's considered, quote-unquote, a glamour stat. More people want to see, like, the other stuff like tackles and, you know, higher grade when it comes to tackling. Billy wasn't very graded high at tackling, and he had, like, 20 missed tackles, which, you know, I get it. Everybody felt like that was the big reason why he was left out. He had 22. But that's the one thing that we know that this staff is doing a really good job of and getting better at. With Valai, with Brandon Harris, is improving every year, year over year, in missing those tackles. We've done a good job of getting better. If there's anything that I know that Sooner fans have done a really good job of being excited about when it comes to this defense since we've changed regimes is everybody's pointing out we don't miss nearly as many tackles as we did back, you know, through the last, 10 years, right? Or even mainly 5 years with the last regime. We don't miss as many tackles. We still miss them because everybody missed tackles, but we don't miss as many. But I love to point out Deshaun McCullough and him playing that cheetah role, which now he's most likely going to be moving to linebacker more. But being able to play at coverage at 88 points, and then it's more so because he's 6'4", 6'5". He's tall, lanky. He's got very long wingspan, and so he's very disruptive when anybody tries to throw anything across the middle or even close too much to the flats where he's at, because even on slants, he's got them arms, man. He's going to be able to knock stuff down. But us at 10, I mean, you've got Texas that's ranked ahead of us, and this is what interests me. So I want to read y'all what they said about Texas. The Texas returns 4 defensive backs who played at least 300 snaps in 23, with Barron, Muhammad, Derek Williams, and Gavin Holmes. Muhammad is a rising star as a corner to freshman. His 79.9 coverage grade ranked 2nd among all Big 12 corners, and he forced 20% incompletions. And then, of course, they went to the portal, adding Andrew Makubu from the portal, and he's the top-rated dude coming in, and they expect him to start at safety. That's kind of where I'm kind of confused at why Texas is above us, right? We're returning 8 of the 10 players. And then we added a Des Malone, who's one of the top coverage corners, grade-wise, from the portal, on top of just that we returned so many players, right? The beauty of what Oklahoma's done is we've returned 86% production on the defensive side of the ball, which is 3rd in the country. I think our strongest spot, of course, is our secondary. So we'll make it tough for people to be able to pass on us. The best part, too, is because we've improved on the defensive line. We've improved a lot on the defensive line, and that's no shade to the pass guys. I think we've gotten better. And at the same time, these players won't see as many max protects as the old guys did, right? You know, Isaiah Coe and all of them and Jordan Kelly, they saw a ton of max protect because people recognized that we had some good sizey guys and it was going to be hard to beat. When we didn't go and see max protect, we finished with like 5 sacks in those games. We're going to be able to see that now this year because in the SEC, they're not going to believe the hype on us. They're going to allow us to go out there and play like we does. And so for that, the secondary is going to be able to do a lot more. I mean, bringing back a Woody Washington, who's a veteran presence, got years of experience, can do a great job of helping teach the younger players. Bringing back Gentry Williams out there at the other corner spot with Des Malone probably moving into one of the starters, Woody moving around between corner and safety. You'll have Robert Spears-Jennings. You're going to have Peyton Boeing as well as Billy Bowman back. The young players are still solid, but the big thing is we still got a ton of veterans returning. Kendall Doby, who runs between corner as well as a hybrid blitzer. He likes playing cheetah. He really does enjoy the cheetah role because he likes to blitz. He likes to get in there, and he actually grades very high on that. When I went and looked at PFF, Kendall Doby's grade in the pressure was like 77, right? It's a pretty darn good grade for a corner. He gets out there and gets the pressure. On top of him, Kanai Walker, who grades very well for us, right? I think we sleep on him. 78 grade in tackles at 400 something total snaps, and a 69, just under 70 grade as far as coverage goes. Pretty good. He's overall like a 69.3 in grade, which is in the green, which is a good thing. Anything over 60 is actually really good in their grading system. And so we're returning so much. I mean, you've got 12 dudes. I mean, if you include your linebackers, you know what? We're just going to go just straight secondary. Let me give you the secondary numbers. If we're going just secondary guys, we're bringing back 9 guys with over 300 snaps, right? That's pretty freaking good. And then you bring in McCullough, who gives you 10. He's just over, like I said, 275. I think defensively, secondary-wise, it's going to be a challenge to stop us, especially because of having a guy like a Brandon Hall and a Jay Valai who do everything possible to make sure that this secondary is elite. So that's that latest list from PFF. Hop in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, how y'all feel about that grade. Y'all think that grade too low? Grade too high? Just right? Hop in there and let me know what you think. You made it this far, you like the content, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. Love for y'all to join this family. Talking all you football, college football in general, and of course, having a blast doing it. So, of course, YouTube says check out one of these videos. I highly recommend it. Curated for you. And we will talk soon. Peace.